lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, greetings, fellow thrifters. This is Scott, and I'm back at it again. Here we are in a thrift shop, and right away, I love these custard baking dishes by Anchor Hocking. Somebody, of course, murdered the price tag trying to figure out what it is. But you and I know exactly what it is. No doubt, and into the cart it goes. How you doing, everybody? Now this, it says glass bake. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure what that metal ring was. It was just sitting in a random glass bake pie pan, which doesn't have much value, and I don't need it personally, so back on the shelf it went. If you are new to the old curiosity shop, I don't buy and sell everything that has value. I'm only interested in antiques or items from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and sometimes into the 60s. So you will see me leave many modern pieces behind, and even things from the 80s and 90s, and usually the 70s too. Oh, now I've had this gravy separator thing before, and I think I only sold it for maybe $10 or $11. So I just decided I wouldn't attempt to sell it again. I'm always hoping I'll find a nice old percolator or Art Deco waffle iron or that kind of thing. That was one of those chocolate fountain pump mechanisms, I believe. So maybe you saw the picture I posted a few days ago of my 1955 Chrome Sunbeam. Yeah, I can't wait to get that up and ready for sale. Sunbeam mixer. Here's the fresh stuff. They just wheeled it out, but didn't look like there was anything in there. Now those are Chrome Cream and Sugars, Art Deco, 1930s, 40s. And lots of plastic and whatnot. What about buying those used like thermoses? Ooh, or used portable coffee mug things? Ooh, I can't do it. I've got to have a new one. I just can't. I don't think I could handle one used. Am I being too fussy? Down the dish aisle. And let's see. Creams and sugars. $5 for a cruet with no top. I mean, no stopper. So now this. Okay, so this is one of those little Pyrex coffee pots, but this one is short and stout. Huh. Now, usually I didn't know the taller ones have innards. In other words, there's a glass a basket, as you know. This one didn't have anything, so I put it in my cart, and I decided I would look it up when I got a chance to move out of the aisle and get up against the wall. Because sometimes those pots sell for 40, 50, 60 bucks. I just don't know about that little one. Transferware plate, not very old. Are these banana split boats? They look like something from a restaurant counter, but they might have been for home use. That reminds me of a Cambridge pattern, but I don't think it's Cambridge. Caprice, is that what it reminds me of? That's kind of a 1930s feel to it. Old glass bake there. Was that a Hello Kitty thermos? Ooh, punch bowls. I do not need another punch bowl. Pressed glass. I love these little banana, well, banana what? It's a glass compote kind of a thing that you're supposed to put bananas in. I don't know what the correct term is. Banana cradle, something like that. Glass banana compote. For some reason, I am attracted to them, although I don't own one. Now, it wasn't $19.99 for one saucer. You were actually getting all of those pieces there, and I think there were some plates that got separated. I love American dinnerware, and I'm always tempted to buy bits and bobs, which I have to remind myself I am not a replacements. So, and sometimes it can be really difficult. So, anytime I buy any dinnerware, I really do the research first to make sure there's a good profit margin. And then this reminded me of, Johnson Brothers. But it's not. It's American made. We're going to look at the label in just a second. I wasn't familiar with it. Fair Oak. What's that say? Royal China Company, I think it said. It's a pretty pattern. A woman and some child messing around with a bunch of chickens out in the yard. That was nice. All right, Scott, that cart is looking a little anemic. Maybe it's right around the corner. Maybe it ain't. You can see there aren't very many people in the store. So I didn't have any competition, but I just wasn't going on like a house on fire today. Oh, I'll find some things. Don't tune off yet. I like the optic pattern, but there were only 4, and the gold was missing on the rims, quite a bit of it. So, didn't buy those. Oh, and then these things down here. Those are either Carver or seems to me I can remember Starlight or Star Bright actually being printed there in that fancy gold. I think they're Carver, or they're similar to the glass that Carver made, but there were only 2, so I didn't buy them. And sorry, we're going sideways. Oh, hold on to your lounge chair. Ooh, it's a roller coaster. Sorry, I think somebody was walking by and I didn't want to film the person or have them think I was filming them. Did you just spill your iced tea all over the couch? Sorry about that. I'll try to warn you if we go tilt-a-whirl again. Speaking of the tilt-a-whirl, that was my favorite ride as a kid. Still my favorite ride. That thing's been around at least 50 years because I know I threw up on one when I was about 4. And that would be 50 years ago. Here's another ashtray in black glass. You guys know the tilt-a-whirl. Growing up in Jersey, we were always less than an hour away from the boardwalk, so we could go to the pier and ride rides all summer long. Spoiled, very spoiled. And great memories of riding the rides on the boardwalk. Okay. florist vases here. Lots of them. But no art glass, no art pottery, nothing from the Art Deco era. So I am going to keep looking. I'm moving pretty fast now. I'm not sure. Well, sometimes it's easier to do a voiceover, and that's the reason why I'm doing that now. So, look at this. What a charming, charming print. I'm going to get it down from up there, but I think I turned the camera off and then bring it down. Look at that, a mother and child. All right, that was an abrupt jump to the furniture department. I promise you, we're going to take a look at that print later on. You can see it's in the cart. And I might not show... You know what I'm going to do right now? Let's take a look at the cardboard on the back of that frame. We're going to give it the oxidation test. I already know this is well over 100 years old, but yes, look at that. Even on cardboard, you get that oxidation, which doesn't happen with anything that's new. But I was pretty sure that frame and the print on the inside is well over 100 years old, and they are. It is. And I'm going to show it to you later. Nothing antique here in the furniture department. I forget. I spy something really memorable. Oh. Anybody remember these? Yes, you do. You even know what it feels like. See that old, I guess it's not vinyl, but is it vinyl? This kind of thing came out in the 1940s and the 50s. I don't know that was a toy box. Probably not. It does not have anything on there that it would indicate that it was for a child. But these were used in living rooms. Sometimes there would be a footstool. That one's too large for that. But just a little storage thing on wheels, and it's covered in that sort of 1940s. I don't think it's vinyl. I can't remember. Not naugahyde. I don't remember what you call that stuff. Maybe it's vinyl. Now, ignore that lampshade. Let's go all the way down the pole. Nice. That is a nice old floor lamp, and it is an old one. Yes, it is. It's beautifully done. That's the original patina on there. And I'm going to pick it up in a minute. It's only $10. And you can see how fancy it is. And it's actually cast aluminum, so it's not quite... There's a steel plate in there to give it some weight. But you see there that it's cast aluminum, and then they put a fancy patina on it. And $10 for that. Now, I didn't buy it, and I know you're going to throw darts at me, but my good friends, I do not need another floor lamp, and unless I get myself set up in a brick and mortar shop again, I just do not have the space right now. So I let someone else discover that treasure, put that awful shade back on. But that's a beautiful floor lamp, and it probably dates to the Depression. It's probably a 1930s piece. That was a good one. Okay. And there's that. There you can see a little bit more of that print. And that's about it in that cart. The coffee pot there. And the Fire King dish. And then a piece of Art Deco blue mirrored glass. Now, a lot of you are going to know, you can see the outline on there that had the Virgin Mary on it. It was very popular to have two of these, one with an image of Christ and one with an image of the Virgin Mary, or sometimes a crucifix. And the image has fallen off of that, but I bought the blue glass anyway because it's hard to find that old blue glass, and I'm going to do something with it, and I will show you in a video coming soon what I'm going to do with that blue glass. Now let's go to another store. Look at this chair. chair? Do you not love that chair? That is circa 1935. It's kind of a minty sea green color on that upholstery. That is the original upholstery. And that was some hard wearing upholstery. If it doesn't get stained, it usually doesn't rip. It's pretty strong. I think there might be some rayon in it or something. You remember, you even know what it feels like. And we can see the chair has faded a little bit. And it has kind of almost a silvery sheen to it. Very mid-1930s. Would have had a matching another chair, probably a barrel back chair or another club chair and a sofa in similar upholstery, but probably a different color. And I forget, I think the chair might have been $60. And I didn't buy it because I don't need that. So I'm just fiddling around with some salt and pepper shakers. I think that's supposed to be French fries. And no, I don't know what that is. Okay, is it supposed to be a jug? It's got, they have corks in them. But then they also have, like, the spot for the salt and pepper. There was a lot going on there, and I couldn't figure it out. It's too much for my pea brain, so I put them back. What the heck was that? Ooh, you guys recognize that. And I almost never find them in orange. That's that Hazel Atlas Platinite milk jug that they gave away in Kix when you bought Kix cereal. There's a marriage. That's a Anchor Hocking Philby lid on, I don't know what that glass dish is, but they don't go together, but it fit. So I just left them like that. And then I see these white mixing bowls quite often, and many times underneath it'll say Hamilton Beach or Sunbeam or Mixmaster or Mixmade, something like that, Magic Made. And I buy them sometimes. I'm not in the need. Oops. Wow. There is a beautiful, charming old platform rocker. And this one has an extra surprise. It's a mechanical chair. Look at what you get. Isn't this fantastic? This is the fancy model. A little stool that folds out like that. And so Granny can sit there and rock at the end of the day after she's played the pump organ and all the dishes have been put away. That is old-fashioned. It's in oak. And then the footstool slides right underneath it. And probably dates to the 1890s. There's a nice oak dresser with a serpentine front. And look, even, I don't know that you can see, I didn't really make it work, but the headrest is mechanical as well. Do you see there? That can be altered. Now this is not a Morris chair. That Morris chair is mechanical, but it's something different. That's just a nice platform rocker with the adjustment there. And it was in the silent auction section of this particular store. As you can tell, I'm not in my Goodwill anymore. I'm at the Restore store. And they have a silent auction section that I look at sometimes. There's an oak clock in the style of kitchen clocks. When they have all that, when they're oak with all that fancy gingerbread, they're usually called kitchen clocks. Speaking of the kitchen, there's a nice 1930s. How many of you had breakfast at your grandmother's house on something like this? Old enamel top table with the adjustable leaves that pop in and out. Spring loaded underneath. I'm moving fast. There's some nice old ladder back chairs in maple. And then I spy these end tables. These are very fancy, and that style you're looking at right there is 1938 into the 40s. It's very fancy. And this is when the two matchy end tables with the big lamps were coming into style. And this has claw and ball feet. It's very elegant, and you'd see this in homes in the 40s. Now, what do I spy on the other side of the floor? Lots of 1930s furniture in here today. Oh, I wanted to show you this desk. Now this desk, okay, what, $65. Is this from the 1920s or the 1820s? Aha, you're looking at it and you're saying it's Empire style. Well, that it is, but it is not from the Empire era of the 1820s or 30s. This is definitely a 1920s desk, maybe even like 1917, 18, 19. There was another one of those Second Empire or Empire revivals, and furniture, heavy mahogany furniture with the pillars in the front oftentimes, and big circular scrolled feet in the front we can see there. You saw this in oak china closets, and it was back in vogue for a while in the late teens and early 20s. But I've seen a lot of folks make mistakes and consider that piece to be from the Empire era of the 1820s and 30s. Well, you recognize the old cedar chest. This one is early to mid-30s. You know what it smells like when you open it up. And we'll look at the label on this one. This one, the West Branch Novelty Company, it says. West Branch Cedar Chest. Milton, Pennsylvania, West Branch Novelty Company. Every teenage girl, that was the gift. A lot of them got one when they graduated from high school. I know my grandmother did, and we have it at my mother's house right now. Here's another one that's from also the 30s, but now we're getting into the late 30s with the waterfall front and the zebra matched or the V matched veneers on the top. The one we saw earlier with the Jacobean style, that's early 30s. And this one is in a modern style, a streamlined style with a waterfall front, and this is a Lane cedar chest with the drawer on the inside that pops up. Ooh, $500 what? Oh, guarantee the moths won't eat your panties if you keep them in there, or your knickers. Ooh, I can't believe I said that. Well, everybody, on that note, that's it. I hope you had fun scrounging around these old stores with me. What did I get? Well, you tune in tomorrow or the next day, and I'll show you that wonderful print and some other things that I got. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. So long for now.